Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my long-awaited homeschool room tour. I did one of these probably over a year ago, and life is very different than it was last year. We are in our second year of homeschooling. If you're new here, I have two boys. My youngest is in a church preschool. He is 5 years old, and my oldest is 7, and he is in first grade. Like I said, this is our second year of homeschooling. We did kindergarten with the full Abeka program last year, and we started first grade with Abeka this year, and we lasted all of about 8 weeks, and we've made some changes. You can refer to my homeschool update, which I will link below, my latest homeschool update, so you can go and check that out. But stick around if you want to see what our homeschool room looks like. Now, this is pretty real. This is not a Pinterest mom schoolroom. I feel like it's really important for us to have a schoolroom. I know some people will school all over the house and everything, but my brain likes things organized and like sectioned off, but to the point where it helps me keep a little bit more sane if I know where everything is. Now, as we move on with our schooling, I can see us kind of branching out, but I like to keep everything in this room. This is not beautifully curated, but I did tidy up, and this is just kind of after a quick tidy after a full school day, and we just finished school about 30 minutes ago, so I tidied up and I'm ready to show it to you. So let's jump right in. I'll just show you our room as a whole. This is an upstairs loft area, and there's a first grader right there. And this is a bookshelf. It looks like a mess, and mostly because it is. I got this for free, maybe, from a church garage sale type swap thing. And maybe it was free, maybe it was 10 bucks, I don't know. It was painted by them white. But the shelves are a strange height, and you'll see why here in a second. We could probably adjust them. But up on this shelf, we have read alouds, we have some board books, kind of a little bit of everything, but these are all reading books. As you can see, it is a short shelf, so I can't put too many tall books here. I have to really just put the short books here. The second shelf, these are these little board books here. They're almost all from the Chick-fil-A kids meals. I just love, if you go to Chick-fil-A and you have younger kids, ask for the under 3 toys because it's usually these little board books. And we love these. These go in my purse. They're awesome. And then, you know, there's a random jar, and this was a box of crayons. And the reason why we kept it is because there's a sharpener in the back. There's no crayons in there now, and an Elmo book. Down here, this is all school books and activity books that we're not currently in, but I keep them here because these are, especially the activity books, are not books that I hold with a great deal of importance. So I don't mind if they just pull it out and start playing in it. That's totally fine with me. So now let's swing over here. And these are all coloring books and activity books. There's a random science book that my father-in-law picked up at Goodwill and thought we might want it. I think it's like 4th grade. So anyway, but yeah, these are all activity books and coloring books. Oh, there's a couple of reading books I see in there, but that's totally fine. These are quiet books. This one my sister actually made because she's amazing. And here we have kind of random construction and drawing paper. Same thing up here. There's a random reading book right there. But we've got a lot of paper. I love buying the paper pads at Dollar Tree because they're $1, and my boys go through so much drawing paper. It is ridiculous. And so I don't like to spend a bunch on it. So we kind of have papers all over the place. It's crazy, but every now and then I sit back and try to sort through it. My cold coffee, and these are some things that are yet to go on the wall. I want to actually put this out on the back porch, and this is a piece of artwork that Caleb made, and this is a thermometer. I think my husband found this at Lakeshore Learning, so you can like adjust it with the ribbon and explain temperature. So we just haven't put those things up yet. This is a book. If you haven't read this book, it's excellent if you have strong-willed children. I've heard her speak several times at the homeschool conference, and she is amazing. I found it on audiobook too, so I actually got this out because I'm loaning it to a friend. And this is a read aloud that we got started with. It came from our church library, and it actually was too close to what we were reading aloud for his textbook, so we're just gonna maybe check this out another day. So there is that shelf. over here is a canvas that I've had for a long time and I need to get rid of it. It doesn't really fit in here anymore. That is my office. And this is our, let me back up. This is our big cabinet. And on top we have things that we don't want them to access on their own. And my first grader is opening up the cabinets to show you. Thank you. Now go to your room, please.
Aww.
No, keep it open. Keep it open. Keep it open. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. So at the top shelf, this is all first grade stuff. And this is Abeka. And it kind of makes me die a little inside when I look at it and realize that we're not using really much of it at all. Like I'm using the flashcards. I kind of got away from the readers. They were too much. We're going to talk a little bit about that later, but I have all his first grade stuff. I'll probably sell some of it. I don't know, keep it for Braden. I don't know. I don't really want to think about it too much, but we've got some Right Start Math stuff here. We have some flashcards that we've been using for Heart of Dakota, but this is all first grade stuff that we're not really reaching for every day. This over here is kind of a cabinet full of things that we have not gotten to yet. There are some things that we have that are above his grade level that I'm just putting away for later. Some fun time things, experiment type deals. This is the manners curriculum that we do like, but it's more of something we do in our free time, not part of our school year. These, actually, I do reach for these. I need to get a rubber band around them. These are the memory verses for Beyond Little Hearts for His Glory, which is Heart of Dakota, and we haven't gotten to these verses yet. Down here is kind of crafty stuff that I want them to reach for. We have Jesus Storybook Bible, the Child Training Bible, some other activities. Here we have Play-Doh and Uno, some books here that they can look at. Again, those are things that are also a little bit beyond their grade level. This right here, again, I should probably move these over, but we have their markers. These are Braden's markers and Caleb's markers. And this is all kindergarten stuff that I am reserving and need to go through and figure out what I want to use with Braden next year in kindergarten. I don't want to spoil my update video. You'll just have to watch that. But this is Little Hearts for His Glory, which is what I used for about the first half of the school year for Caleb and realized he was ready to move on to the next. So yeah, but this is all kindergarten stuff, kindergarten level, his level items. And so they're just waiting in the wings. Down here, you can see these two empty, these are both empty folders, like accordion folders that I need to find a use for. And see these little games and stuff, they're supposed to be in that basket. These are more games. Here's some foam. That's a hole punch. But here's some foam games. There's those little counting beads. And these are the kind of things also down here. It's a bunch of craft supplies. And these are things that I tell Braden that he can play with to his heart's content while I am doing school with Caleb. And here we have all of our K5 stuff from last year that I saved, and some bean bags and scarves. So let me stand up and give you a wide shot. Well, we have all the stuff that we are memorizing. Let's go with books of the Bible. This is mostly with Caleb, but of course Braden, since he's here a lot, has picked up on a lot of this. So books of the Bible, Caleb memorized books of the New Testament last year, and he's almost got all of the Old Testament now. And of course, learning by song. The presidents, you've probably, if you follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen the boys doing their presidents. We have another song for that, and I actually did not know all of the presidents in the correct order until I started teaching it to them. Moms, you learn too. These are some verses that we're working on for the entire year. These two, this passage and this passage, I mean, they're consecutive here. We have John and then Psalm here. But these are things that Caleb and I could do in our sleep by now. And so we review them every single day. And these are the verses that we've learned and are learning through Heart of Dakota. And I printed these from the Facebook group from Heart of Dakota, but I didn't like the versions of some of them, so that's where I went and wrote them out myself and laminated them. So here they are. Over here, I have our Bob books. I will talk about this in my update, but these are amazing. Game changer for my struggling, what's the right word? Reluctant reader. Box of tissues. Here's my pointer for pointing to things here. And this, y'all, I haven't found a really good use for this. I have flashcards in there, but you know, I haven't made good use of this. Give me your tips. Homeschooling 2 people. Tips for this. Let me know. Down here we just have a game, and then that's my Bible and my scripture writing stuff and my Bible study stuff, because I'm usually sitting here at the table when I do my scripture writing. Swinging over here, we have a window, so it's going to wash out everything, but this is an easel that we've had, oh my goodness, since they were toddlers, and it has a chalkboard on this side, and there's a very low quality whiteboard on the other side, but we've loved this. It comes with the totes on the bottom, which we use sometimes. There's a lot of dust, but I use the chalkboard like crazy here because I usually am sitting right here when we're doing our schoolwork. So I love this. Swinging around here, the reason why we have a TV in the homeschool room is because last year and part of this year we did the full Abeka video program, and now it just kind of serves as you know, an extra TV and DVD player. So if someone needs some quiet time away from everybody, Braden, then we'll send him up here and be like, hey, you need to chill a little bit. And sometimes he'll come up here and watch his shows that are maybe a little too babyish for Big Brother. But up here, got Telly the teaching time clock. I love this little guy. I don't turn him on ever. I just use him as a way to teach telling time. And an actual clock. Pencil sharpener, little temperature thing here. DVD player. TV, kind of self-explanatory. I bought this chalkboard. I need to write something a little bit better on it. That was from the Target dollar spot. My diffuser, I am currently diffusing A+ Attention by Plant Therapy. This is pencils. I love these tins from Nelly Soap. I don't use it anymore, but I love it for pencils. We got remotes. Now under here, I cannot remember the name of this IKEA piece. Calyx or Xanax? Not Xanax. I don't remember. Okay, let's start here with the open cubbies. This is all puzzles. These are math things. Oh, let me get over here. We got this thing, some abacuses. Is that the correct plural? Abacuses. Have our Right Start math things with our tiles. We have some wrap-up wraps here, some games, and yeah, so this is all math supplies. This is terrible. A file box, and this is everything from Caleb's K5 from last year. Don't ask me why it's still there. I need to figure out what to do with it. I'm just gonna swing you over here. This right here is a cubby where I keep all of the books that we are currently working through now. If we stop working in something around the clock, then it will go back into the cabinet. As you can see here, I've got some books that he can read. Beginner's Bible, Life of Fred, some of our Heart of Dakota readers, my lesson plan book, Right Start math stuff, Read Aloud, Handbook for Reading, that's from Abeka. But yeah, so this is, like I said, I sit in this chair while I do school, but having these things here makes it easy for me to reach them and get to them quickly. Under here, we have DVDs. That, Welcome to My Life, I cannot open because it has been shoved. Closed. This is Nintendo 64.
Hi, Mommy.
Hi. And this is more, yeah, this is more games and puzzles, memory, more of the educational kind of stuff. So there is, our little cabinet here. Okay, here we have another window that's gonna wash out everything. Trash can, and this is a whiteboard that we've had probably since we got married. And behind it, I actually have some smaller whiteboards because dry erase markers are life to these guys. And they love to sit here and draw. practice their letters. I do a lot of teaching on here because it is easier than a chalkboard. And so yeah, so this is in constant use. We haven't hung it up. I want to hang it up, but you know, it's working well on the floor for now and it's on their level. I will go up and you can see all of our cursive letters. If you look around here, Caleb learned cursive in kindergarten last year. And I honestly don't know what I'm going to do with Braden next year, if we're going to do cursive or print. They're just two different kids. And so pray for me, it's a decision I've got to make. Got some Abeka math charts up here, skip counting. And then the last thing, almost the last thing, are these two maps. And these have been in my husband's office for years, since before I knew him. And I've just been asking him, hey, can we take those maps? You're not using them. And the boys have been totally loving having them. They'll point to all the different countries and oh, they just love it. And actually the last thing I wanted to show you is our little table. And I think we're gonna be saying goodbye to this table at the end of the year. It served us well, but for me to spread out and for Caleb to spread out, it's not big enough. And especially once I'm homeschooling both of them next year, I'm gonna need more space. So one of the chairs is broken. And so we actually have 3 chairs. One is in Caleb's room. And I use this chair because my old butt is too old to sit in these chairs. So I have my nice padded chair for that. And I'm looking out on Marketplace for a cheap, like you beat up even kitchen table so that we can all get here together. So I hope you enjoyed this video today. If you did, be sure to give me a thumbs up. And of course, if you're new here, I would love to have you as a subscriber. So be sure to hit that red subscribe button. I hope you're having a wonderful day and I'll see you next time. Bye.